Welcome to The Political Mechanic. I'm your host, Stephen Thane. My interest in the principles of good government dates back to 1969. Unfortunately, navigating politics is a necessary evil in the pursuit of a just government. In previous discussions, I have explored how the Founding Fathers sought for and relied on divine inspiration. This idea of mixing divine guidance with government makes some people uncomfortable. But why? Let's examine why this might be the case. History has shown that totalitarian and cruel leaders have used religion falsely claiming to act in behalf of God to justify their evil deeds. Simply invoking God's name does not make someone his messenger. Let me provide two contrasting historical examples. One of the most egregious misuses of religion was the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre on August 23rd and 24th, 1572. French Huguenots, Protestants, were slaughtered by Catholics in a brutal wave of violence, resulting in the death of between 5,000 and 30,000 people. This is a clear case of using God's name to justify atrocities. In contrast, in the early 1630s, Roger Williams, a Puritan preacher in the Massachusetts Bay Colony, championed the separation of civil and ecclesiastical authority. His beliefs clashed with the dominant Puritan establishment, leading to his planned deportation to England. Rather than submit, he fled nearly 80 miles through deep snow to seek refuge with Native Americans. He later founded Providence, Rhode Island, establishing a settlement based on religious tolerance. Religious beliefs serve as a moral compass, shaping our values and perspectives. However, in civil discourse, civil governance, religious convictions alone cannot justify laws. If divine laws are truly just and good, then those who advocate for them should be able to defend their positions using logic, experience, and historical precedent. Using God's name as justification for government, coercion is both unjustified and unwise. Christ never used force to spread his gospel, and neither should we. Persuasion must always be our tool, even when we are certain we are right. Everyone believes they are right, but unchecked certainty can be dangerous. One of the 10 Commandments instructs us not to take the Lord's name in vain. Dennis Prager suggests that this means we should not misuse God's authority. No man speaks for God in civil matters. There is only one righteous king, and that is Christ, and he is not currently governing on earth. Therefore, we cannot claim divine authority in civil matters. Instead, we must work out our just laws through respectful discourse. Many politicians, both conservative and liberal, abandon persuasion in favor of confrontational tactics, using character assassination, misinformation, and distortions to impose their beliefs. Even if they do not invoke God's name, they often justify coercion through their interpretation of the Constitution or their self-proclaimed moral superiority, in the case of many liberals. In doing so, they impose their faith-based ideology on others under the guise of righteous opinion. This reliance on coercion over persuasion is a fundamental mistake. My religious tradition teaches that Satan became the father of lies by advocating for force as a means of compelling people to do good. His sin was arrogance, the belief that he had the right to impose his will on others. If this is true, then using force to impose what we believe on right is inherently wrong. The role of natural law and persuasion. When I refer to natural law or God's law, I'm advocating for their implementation through discussion and mutual agreement, not coercion. Even if I were to receive divine inspiration, that would not grant me the right to abandon persuasion. Any inspiration I receive is for my personal guidance alone. My interactions with my fellow citizens must always be based upon dialogue, not force. As I continue these discussions, I will return to this concept from time to time. The path to a just society lies in conversation, understanding, and mutual respect, not in coercion. If we truly believe in the righteousness of our ideas, we must trust in their inherent logic rather than in our ability to dominate it if we are to create a truly just society. Thank you. And remember to subscribe and push the like button. It really helps my channel.